Hi everyone, Nicholas Lee here and welcome to day 4 of the Duty to Sell challenge. I have something very exciting and very cool to share with you today, which I believe will guarantee that you get sales growth over the next week, over the next month, over the next 90 days or 180 days of you implementing what I'm about to share with you. So let's dive into this now. Okay, so first thing, one thing that I've learned in my journey, in my past life as an auditor in accounting, is that if you do not measure what you are doing, you cannot grow. It's a bit like if you were in a football game, so in the UK, in a football game, in the US, in a soccer game, and I were to ask you to score a goal, but I never gave you a post or a goal to aim at, how can you even imagine scoring the goal? But more importantly, what if you did not even know where you were based from the start? It's a bit like starting from a place in time, anywhere, but not even knowing where that place is and wanting to get to point B. Because if you don't know where you are in point A, how can you even know in which direction to move towards? How can you even know whether you're in the right direction as you're moving forward? And how can you know whether you're going in the right direction? So today, my goal is to share with you a very important, a very crucial exercise that I would suggest you do throughout this challenge, where I'm going to give you at different point in time when to do them. But more importantly, I would suggest you keep doing it at least once every 2 months or every quarter, so that you can assess how much you've grown in your level of thinking about sales, in your level of thinking for your life, for your business, in the results you're getting. And in that way, you will be able to understand how much more you've grown and how much more you can grow. Okay, so how we're going to do that is there's a couple of things that I've built, which I'm very proud of. And you would see that I have used the dragon's theme again, just because I love dragons and I'm a dragon in the Chinese horoscope. And I believe it's a legendary animal, so I love it. Now, the first thing I'm going to share with you is the Dragon's Forge. Now, the Dragon's Forge is the one document that you want to take care of, because this is the document where you're going to have all of the exercises that we're going to be doing in the challenge. And I would suggest you keep that very closely, very safely, because that's something you're going to keep using for the next 30 days and hopefully for the rest of your career as you keep on growing and getting better at what I'm about to share with you. The other key thing I'm going to share with you right now is the Dragon's Mirror. Now, what I mean by the Dragon's Mirror is that it's about looking back at yourself today, like in the mirror, not the person you were yesterday, not the person you're going to be in a 30 days time, tomorrow, in a year's time. It's looking at who you are today with no judgment, no fear, no shame, because we're all starting from different positions. And the best part is, I actually was worse than you were in sales. If you think you're bad at sales, I was worse than you, because like I said in my story, I used to be an accountant. I had absolutely no idea that sales was something you could learn and get better at. But throughout my journey, I've learned different things that I'm sharing with you today over the next 30 days, and in this whole school community that I believe will really help you to take yourself from being zero in sales or being decent or being good at sales to being very one of the elite in sales, that will allow you not to only influence yourself, to motivate yourself in business, in sales, but also to be able to influence others one-on-one influence others in mass, and hopefully, if you are up for it, also help you to influence more people even when you're long gone, and leave a legacy for others. So let's dive into this right now. Let's go into the Dragon's Forge. So right now you should be part of this school. So if I show you again, I'll go back to the influence code page. This is the community. You're going to go to the classroom. You go to phase 1, which is where you should be. Now when you got here, you're going to be at day number 4. And here, right now, there's only this line, but there will be more lines and more things I'm going to share here as we go along. But you're going to see there's a button you can click. If you click on it, it should take you to this document called Template the Dragon's Forge. Now, as you can see, the Dragon's Forge is made up of many documents. So it's one whole document, but each tab is a new document, and therefore this is so that it keeps things clean and tidy for you, so you don't miss them, and so you can quickly refer back to how things work. As you'll see, there's the Dragon's Mirror. So like I said, the Dragon's Mirror is you writing down who you are right now in terms of sales, and I've got a few questions to probe you, to let you give your answers in there. And the idea is, on day number 4, which is today, you're going to fill that in. This is your first time doing it, so this is not a test. I'm going to go through this, by the way. No judgment, just a mirror. On day 9, you're going to do that again. On day 16, on day 27, and I will show you how to also set it up so that once a month, or every 2 months, or every 3 months, you are filling this in, because I promise you, after doing this challenge, you will keep on improving your sales skills, the way you think about selling, and the way you speak, the way you communicate, the way you influence. A whole lot of it will come together, which will allow you to get a lot better with this skill. The other things that I have here is the Dragon's Eye exercise, the Dragon's Vault, the Dragon's Scales, the Dragon's Hoard, the Dragon's Tongue, the Dragon's Declaration, and all of those are cool and simple exercises that we're going to go through over the next 30 days to help you take your ability, your identity around selling to the next level. And my goal for you is that you don't recognize the person you were before, which is today. In another 26 days, you will not recognize who you are, but you will know deep inside that you are a lot better, a lot more confident to take on sales calls, and in many situations, you will have already received quite a bit of results from doing those exercises. Now, the only thing that I can do, all of the things I'm doing here is to put you in the best position to maximize the gains, get you to a different place in your sales journey, and hopefully in your business and in life. One very important thing I cannot do for you is do the work. So the only way all of this works is if you put in the time, you fill out those documents, you do the work, and I've put them in a way that it takes as little time as possible from you. Because what's crazy is the way I've set up this training, the way I teach, the way I like to teach people, is so that it becomes an unconscious behavior. It's a bit like what I call the 2+2 theory, which I'm going to teach you later. But it's going to be a bit like you speaking, where closing, where selling is just part of what you do, and you don't need to think differently to make those sales happen. You will start to get more opportunities come to you, you will start to make more money and all of those cool things. And the coolest place, guys, a lot of the learnings happens in your sleep. So as long as you do some of the work when you are not sleeping, 90% of the work will be done when you're sleeping, when you're dreaming, and you may also be dreaming about all of those things happening. The next day, you're going to be stronger and better with this. So, let's get going with the Dragon's Mirror. Okay, so you want to go, so on the template for the Dragon's Forge, you will see this document like this. What you want to do is what we've done for our tracker, is you want to go to File, you want to click on Make a Copy. In here, you either can just keep it how it is, or you can put, your name, Nicholas Lee, the Dragon's Forge, the duty to sell, and then you can make a copy. So I hope you're all using Google Drive, because that's where it will work the best. If you are not, just send me a message or post in the community, and we'll see how we can help you. But the best way to keep things clean and easy is to then, as you can see, this is a link to your document. You come on the right hand side to the star button, and if you followed some of the trainings I've done, you should have a folder just like this, where you can now save this document in there. Okay, so you star it, and then you can choose the folder you're going to put it in. So right now we have the folder Duty to Challenge, Duty to Sell Challenge, and this document is here. Okay, so that's it. Now you can just fill in those documents. Just do them as I do them. So for today, you're only going to need to fill this one. And I've already done this one on a different document for myself. So I'm going to remove this one, and I'm going to show you how I've done this one. So let me go through this. So selling is not manipulation. It is clarity. It is service. It is duty. This is our creed, in a way, if you want to call it. We're going to make it better, but this is where I am right now with this. This is the first snapshot, and today in England, in Mauritius, it's the 15th of February 2026. If you are from the US, feel free to put 0215 here. Doesn't matter, it's for your own benefit, so whatever works for you, that's all good. Like I said earlier, this is not a test. It is not a judgment, so no one is judging what you're going to write. Everyone is starting at a different place. So whatever you write here is your truth today. Do not worry what anyone else is saying. Okay, so it's a mirror as to where you are today, not yesterday, not tomorrow. You want to answer them instinctively. You don't want to overthink what you're going to say, right? Your early answers aren't wrong. They're simply early. Okay, so just write whatever comes to your mind, because like I said, as you go through the challenge, your ideas, your understanding, your beliefs are all going to change, which means some of the answers, if not all of them, will evolve as you keep on filling those Dragon's Mirror on day 9, on day 16, on day 27. And as I said, your learning will keep on happening after the challenge. So if you keep on updating this, you will see even more things going on. Okay, now I've already answered some of them, so I'll just show you what I would do. What I would suggest you do though, fill those in first before even reading my answer. So if wherever you are right now, and let's say you're already in this, pause the video, start filling those in, and it wouldn't take you more than 5 minutes to do, because it's very simple questions. Do them as quickly as you can, and then come back and you can read what I've written here, just to give you an idea as to what I've been through or what I want to share with you as well. Okay, so I'll just assume you've already paused the video, you've already filled out your own version as to where you are currently, and this is kind of my one. Now, the reason I'm writing this from a place as to when I started out, it hopefully maybe shows you a bit more that I was exactly where you were in most cases, if not worse than where you were. So for example, right, my relationship with selling, when you hear the word selling, what emotion comes up? The word selling feels weird. This feels like something bad. It feels like manipulation. I am not confident going into sales conversation. What do you believe selling says about you as a person? It says that I'm trying to extract money from others. If I want to help them, why should I charge? I should do it for free. By the way, one quick thing. As you can see, there's different colors here. So if you want to have the same color as me, you can highlight what you've written, click on here, and there should be some kind of custom. If not this one, you can just go for the gray up there, and it will be slightly different to this, so you can see the nuance. Next, What do you currently think you're doing wrong in sales? I don't have a plan on my sales conversations. That was me back then. I'm just asking questions, not knowing why I'm asking them. My sales conversations are just like chit-chats that actually go nowhere. What frustrates you most about sales conversations right now? My conversations take too long, sometimes 2 hours. And it's true, I've had conversations take that long. And at the end of it, there was no sales accomplished, there was no money collected, nothing happened. It was just 2 hours wasted. Nothing happens after my sales conversations and I feel like I've wasted my time. If selling suddenly felt calm and natural, what would change in your life? Well, I will feel excited about getting onto sales conversations. I will look forward to helping more people getting paid for the service I provide. I will make more money, be able to reinvest more in my business to grow and have a bigger impact on my clients. Okay, I will be able to book holidays anytime I want. Okay, so feel free to add whatever makes sense for you today. Do not think in the future, do not think back then, just for today, so that it feels like a real thing that happened for you today. Then we go into the beliefs and internal stories you have about selling. So finish these sentences honestly. Do not edit or correct these answers. And again, do fill those before you read my answers, because I don't want to give you some kind of biases about the answers you want to have. But come back and do read mine. It will give you some more ideas. And if you did want to make changes, feel free to do that too. So I struggle with sales because I don't know the questions to ask, or how to respond to people's answers, or where to take the conversations. People don't buy from me because they think I'm too expensive for them. I feel awkward on sales calls when I am asking for the money and the sale. Talking about money feels weird and I feel uneasy about it. If I were confident in selling, I would grow my business faster. Okay, now part 3 here is about the baseline. It's about rating yourself where you are today, and as we grow, this will evolve, right? So I'm just going to let you do your thing here because it's very simple. Just put a rating as to how you feel you are on those different parts. This one is around process. If you don't have a process, don't worry. This is more about the awareness, what you think should happen or where you are, right? If it doesn't apply to you, just put non-applicable as well. That's all good. And again, fill this before you read my answers. So do you currently follow a process? If yes, describe. At that point in time, I had a small process with some questions to go for the pain and the gain, but I didn't have a proper process as to why I was doing every single question. And by the way, if you haven't, I would say go through this challenge or this training next. It might not be ready when you're reading this right now or going through this training, but at some point there will be the next challenge or the next training, which will be called Selling Without Script. And I will teach you my domino closing sequence, which is the exact sales process that I have used to close 1 million, 2 million in a matter of months. And you can learn how to not only have the right questions, but have a framework, a process that allows you to close deals without needing a script. So you will have it, actually it's already here in the classroom. Let me just show you in this side here. This is not ready yet. As you can see, there will be a coming soon at this point. But hopefully when you go through this training, this challenge, you will have it available. I would say after you finish this challenge, go to the other one so you can start to really understand the A to Z to close a deal from someone not knowing you, not trusting you, to giving you $5,000 to $10,000 on the phone from anywhere in the world, because that's where I was operating at the time. Okay, next, at what moment do sales calls usually feel uncomfortable? For me, it was when I was asking for the money. You can read it now, so I'm just going to go quickly through this. What objections I had the most? Not the right time, don't have money, I need to speak to my partner. So put whatever makes sense for you at this point. What do you usually think or feel when objections raised? I used to get nervous, scared, frustrated, because a lot of the time the objections didn't make sense from what they told me, but I didn't know how to answer this. I will also have a training on smashing objections, which is going to be here, objections mastery. It may not be ready yet, so keep an eye for this when it's ready, and feel free to take advantage of this one. This is going to be amazing as well, because now in my mind I have like 5 answers for all of those objections, and to be honest, most objections that can come to me. But more importantly, in that training I will show you how to build a framework to uncover and to not really turn around, but help the prospect to overcome their own objections with them, so they either decide not to work with you, which is fine, or they decide to work with you. But you will be helping them to uncover the truth of their real situation. Okay, the next one, just follow those ratings and fill them in. This one is a key one, I would say, because this is something you will realize that your level of understanding of what's in here will evolve with time, will get better, will improve. So I would say again, write whatever comes to your mind at this point, and I would say just read what I have as well. It will give you an idea as to how it could be, how you could write it. But as we're going to go through the dragon scales, the dragon's hoard, the dragon's tongue, your answers will be more sophisticated. Your understanding of your value will grow, and your answers will be much better. So keep that in mind, and you will come back to this. You will come back to the mirror on day 9, to the mirror on day 16, with a very, very different understanding, and your answers will be very different to what it is right now. Okay, I'm just going to leave that now because there's no point in me reading for those at this point. One very last thing that I would say you want to do, put your core reflection. Anything else I have discovered about myself? Was learning more about sales and doing these exercises. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put this here. So I want you to also, so here it's this question being answered, but I want you to also answer this question, because this is where you're going to see the biggest changes that's happening in your mind, in your brain. Okay. Okay, so I want you to give this answer as well. I'm going to pause and write some answers, and then I'll come back and show you how we're going to now post it in the community and share with you why it's important to do so. Okay, so I've also filled this in to show you an example of what you can write, but you can write whatever makes sense to you. This is just an example. All right, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to change this sizing. Cool. So now what we're going to do with this whole dragon's mirror, I'm going to actually, so what we want to do with this, right? If you go to the classroom and then you go to the community, you will see here there's a dragon's mirror. And if you click on it, currently there's nothing. So we're going to start to build this up, okay? Because I believe it's very important, for one, share it with the community, because sometimes you may feel what you think of selling is wrong, or what you think of selling is so dumb and it's not great. But as you share it with the community, you're going to realize that many people who are struggling with sales are actually at the same level of thinking regarding selling. And therefore, we can support each other. We can also inspire each other, because some of them might have been where you are right now, and maybe they are ahead of you. But more so for yourself, you may realize that you're already ahead of some of the people that had never heard of selling. And the best part is, if you think you are really bad at selling, I was actually worse than you when I started out because, like I said, I did not even know that selling was a thing. So you are already ahead of me because you're already studying, learning, being on this challenge and getting better at this. Okay. So again, no one's judging anyone, but what you want to do, let me just put that here. So date completed. We're going to put that here actually. Right. Boom. Going to remove this from here. Once you've completed this, you would want to do copy. You highlight everything here and you're going to do Control C, come to the influence code, come to the community and just paste everything here. Okay, now we're going to write the Dragon's Mirror day 4. If you want, you put your name because then it's easier for you to then find it in the future. And if you put the date, then it's even better. All right. So for example, and once you go here, what I would suggest you put some spaces in between because I'm very OCD with my things. So okay, it's already got spaces for the numbers. Yeah. And then you can put some spaces here, some spaces here. You can put that back in. So the reason I'm cleaning it up, it's so that it's easier for you when you come back in the future to read how you used to think and to realize how much you've grown in your level of thinking, in the way you are, in your identity as someone who believes now that selling is his duty, her duty, and that's how you're going to get better, close more deals, help more people, and also make more money. Now you could also put, let's put some writing as a GIF, and we're going to select category. It's going to go Dragon's Mirror. Okay, so as you can see, this is all of my answers. This is Nicholas Lee. This is for the Dragon's Mirror, day 4, 15th February. Okay, then you're going to post this. Okay, now the reason you post this, like I said, one, other people are going to read it. They're going to be able to comment and give you some more support. People will be inspired by what you do, right? But more importantly is on day 4, you would have written your answers. Remember, on day 9, you're going to do that again, and you're going to post again. So then what you're going to do, you're going to go Dragon's Mirror, and you will be able to find all of your answers for the Dragon's Mirror and easily compare them one to each other. And that's how you can really manage and monitor how much you've grown. And yeah, I just wanted to create something that allows you to see the progress you're making, because as we know, and it's a quote you might want to take with you, success breeds success. The more you do those work, the better you get. Okay, so that's why I've built this Dragon's Mirror. So some of the most influential, successful people in the world, like Benjamin Franklin, this is where I got some of the ideas. So for the past 7 years, actually 8 years, every single month, I used to do one of those Dragon's Mirror when I would note down and I would record everything that has happened to me in the past month. So I would do that on a monthly basis. Initially, of course, I started doing it once every 6 months, one every quarter, one every 2 months, and then once every month. Once every week is really hard to write that. So that's why my suggestion here will be follow what I got, and then eventually I will show you how to do it every quarter. But if you do want to do it more consistently, I think it's even better. But just keeping it as a note, it's good for your own story. It's good for you to realize how much you've grown in a month. Especially us business owners, entrepreneurs, we tend to be in a position where every day we're working on so many things and we always think we're not making progress. But then when you look back over 30 days, there is a lot that has happened. There's a lot that you have done, but you have taken it for granted. And the best analogy about that is, you remember when you were 8 years old, 10 years old, and you will see an auntie after a years, after a whole year, and they'd be like, oh, Nicholas, you've grown so much, you're so tall. But because every day I'm just growing a little bit, my face is changing so little that I can't see the difference on a day-to-day basis. But then when you look back over whole years of small, minute change, you are a different person. And I promise you, in this training, in this challenge, over the next 7 days, you will have massive, massive changes. Over the next 30 days, 90 days, 180 days, you will be a different person. You might not even realize how much you've grown, but your results will show you how much you've grown. But also, this dragon's mirror will give you even more clarity as to how much you've changed. And that's why I believe this is one of the most powerful tools I have built, and I hope you use it as much as you can. All right, cool. Next part, let's see where else we are. Now, fill out the dragon's mirror, done. We've posted on this. Now we're going to finish off with the tracker. So let's go back to our Excel sheet, the dragon's tracker. We're going to click watch day 4 training, the dragon's tracker, posted in the community. Now, the next post you want to do, let me pause and share with you what you're going to do next. Okay, so as usual, you're going to go back to day 4 and you're going to see this is the Dragon's Forge link I have. I'm going to have the actions completed for day 4, which was completed the Dragon's Mirror. Put a yes if you've done it. Posted about my Dragon's Mirror, a yes. My ahas, I'm just going to leave my ones here, but what you want to do, and I'm going to show you. So I'm going to save this. Then, oh, actually, my bad. This is not how it should be. Okay, it looks like there's been an issue with my school, but it will be resolved. So right now, I'll just share with you what you will be able to do once it's resolved. So as you can see on day 4, I have this post where it tells you what you can write, okay? But unfortunately, compared to day 3, where there should be a post down here that you can comment and put the answers, your answers for day 3, you won't be able to do that right now. But by the time you watch the video, you should have it, right? That's why I'm going to show you how you would do it in the same way as day 3. So this post should be present like it is on day 3. So you should keep scrolling down until you find this post, which is going to the general post, and then all of this will be here. So you copy paste the same thing. You click on comment, or you just go to comment below. You put your answers and then you click on Control V. Okay, so let's do that again. So I'm going to go to community, which is where I've put day 4's answers. So I'm going to copy paste all of this. I'm going to put it back here. So instead of going to day 3, guys, you're going to go to day 4, and the post should be down here. It's going to be pinned, and this is the one you're going to have to comment on. Right now it's not there. I know it's a bit confusing. Just let me know if it is. Hopefully it's not. Click on this for day 4. Then you're going to go down, comment. Here, same thing. You're going to put a yes or a no if you've not done it here. Then you're going to put your aha moments. Again, like I said, this is more of a training, like we've said, with the reticular activating system to find those learning. It doesn't need to be only about today's conversations, today's training. It could be something you've learned in general, in life, in business. Just share it, right? Because someone else might learn something from it. You may inspire something else in someone else's mind. Share your wins, okay? And the last one, of course, take a picture of your tracker, all right? Okay, and then you have the link to your tracker. So I would click on the AHA post and the AHA wins. All right. So this one, so you can screenshot your tracker. I mean, up to anything that makes sense. Copy, and then we're going to post that in here. And then you're going to put yes. You'll find your link. So if you click share and you find the link, you can restrict it so it can only be read. You can either put click here and then highlight the here, put in the link, put it down there so anyone can click that one to see your tracker. And from there you can comment, and right here you click on the three dots, copy link, put it back here. Okay, so that's you done for day 4. The other thing you may want to make sure you do as well is you come here, copy, and then you go back to community, and we're going to go there, and we're going to go day 4 ahas. Actually, if you do put your name first, that would be great, I would say. Okay, so then you select ahas. You can also put some GIFs if you want to. Aha. And then you're going to post. Okay, now you go back to Classroom. Go back to day, I mean that one was day 3, but you're going to go to day 4. Find the post that you've just done in the comment, and you're going to choose the wins. I'm going to go to community, post, Nicholas Lee, day 4, wins. Choose wins if you want to put some GIFs, and then post. Okay, now again, the whole idea with this is so that when someone goes to AHA, people can just start reading everyone's AHA and learn a lot more. And you can also comment on them, like it, comment, share what you've learned as well. Same for the wins. Okay, and the goal is, as we keep going down this list, you're going to have so many people share their wins, their goals, their AHAs, and we're going to learn a lot more from each other and be able to help each other on this journey. All right, so that's it. That's it for today, guys. It was a bit longer because I had to go through the whole Dragon's Mirror and share how the Forge works. Hopefully tomorrow it's going to be shorter, but hopefully you've learned a lot from today. By the way, one quick thing you can do going forward, if you want to go through those training a lot faster, let me show you. When you go on this training, you're going to see there's a little cog here. You click on it and you go on, instead of normal speed, you can try to go faster. I like to go 2 times speed, so it saves me time and I can get more things done. You may not be able to go straight to 2 times speed, so move slowly. You can move to 1.5, 1.2, 1.7 until you get used to the 2.0. At this point, you will save a lot of time. All right. So hopefully that was helpful, and I'll see you tomorrow for day number 5.